Segregation is immoral. It punishes a class of people for being what God made them. It is the insidious child of man's prejudice, not the glorious revelation of a benevolent God. It is the social contradiction to a culture which avows liberty but denies inalienable rights. If you turn on CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, there is a lot of commentary about what is going on in our country right now, about race. We live in a culture that has been cut off from its roots, philosophically and spiritually. Martin Luther King was very clear, study his life, the trajectory of his ministry, and his engagement with civil rights. Martin Luther King had a doctorate from a seminary. He was a preacher. He felt called to do what he did because of his Christian faith. Martin Luther King's first understanding of the idea of nonviolent resistance came because he had seen what Gandhi was doing in India. Gandhi felt the need to do what he did because of the writings of Leo Tolstoy. Leo Tolstoy, the great novelist, the great 19th century novelist who wrote War and Peace, but also wrote a number of books about Christian commitment. The only way that this is going to change is when people understand where their identity comes from. Because if they understand where their identity comes from, they understand the power and the privilege of their identity and the responsibility, and they move in faith and in love and power, healing takes place. Healing takes place. And when healing takes place, you can turn a man who persecuted a new church and a new faith into a man who writes 2/3 of the New Testament, the Apostle Paul. And when healing takes place, lives are changed forever. And when that is clear, and only when that is clear, we will see the dream that Martin Luther King Jr. had come true. And only when that is clear will we see people come together who were being torn apart.